Welcome to Young and the Restless. I'm Andrew.
I'm Brian.
I'm Nick.
And today we're going to talk about Money in the Bank 2020 predictions.
Ooh.
We're going to talk about Ring of Honor Best in the World, which is what we were at last week. That's why we didn't record an episode. But first, we've been teasing this, and I just want to tell you, as your trivia champion, this belt is going to be on the line next time. And I don't plan on giving it up ever. Ever. All right, so let's get into it,
guys. Nick had the great idea to get a belt made for the trivia, and now somebody has a lot of confidence.
I wore it to Ring of Honor. I did wear it to Ring of Honor.
It's a pretty solid.
Dude,
solid
yeah,
belt.
it's like literally like 10 pounds of bronze.
What's the name of the company?
Fandu Belts or whatever.
Trophy Smack. Yeah, Trophy Smack. It's Mark Cuban's fantasy football trophy company thing.
You want to talk about how you found out about this company?
Shark Tank.
Love Shark Tank.
It's amazing.
Remember
It's
when we were on
best.
Warped? There were two shows we watched together as us in Major League.
As a family.
Shark Tank
Family Feud.
and Family Feud.
Dude, I fucking love Family Feud now.
TrophySmack.com. Yes.
Shout out. Hopefully we get a sponsor one day. Let's get more
they
belts
do,
made.
They do belts. They do rings. They do trophies, engraving. You can get loser belts, like world's biggest loser. Like, here's a loser toilet seat, loser mirror,
a toilet
fantasy
seat?
football loser repellent blowhorn for $25. Matthew Berry's fantasy football loser toilet.
Toilet.
Some tramp stamp like tattoo type things. They got corporate ones, but you know,
Again, not a sponsor yet.
all thoughts and opinions are my own. Yeah, I want to get one of these rings, dude. They're
The
like
rings are
$75.
cool.
Yeah, this is crazy. But yeah, as your champion, reigning and defending,
Are you taking on challengers?
Come get it. Yeah.
come get it. Come for it.
Is it an open challenge?
There is an open challenge. You know, if you want to come for the kingdom, you gotta get through me first. All right, that's gonna be my new saying.
I like it.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking good.
I'm
the moat. You gotta get through me.
I'm not the goat. I'm the moat.
That's pretty. That's a solid 1990s promo.
No, so
Makes no sense, but it's like.
so.
Damn.
First of all, when I used to play pool, I had two nicknames I gave myself, and I will cut promos of both of them. They call me the plowman because I'm gonna take your ass to school on a snow day. And then
is that a movie?
No, I don't know.
I thought there was a movie like where
Yeah,
there
Snow
was
Day.
a movie called Snow Day.
but wasn't it about like the plow guy? And
The
they
plow
got,
guy was like a bad guy.
Yeah, he was the bad guy.
Yeah, but I was just like, because I used to say, I'm the bus driver, I'm gonna take your ass to school.
That makes more sense.
But
the plow doesn't take
but then
you to
they
school.
were like, oh, it's a snow day, and I'm like, okay. And then also my other one, which I came up with, which Kenny Omega kind of took over, is I was the janitor because I'm gonna sweep you under the ring. Like, yeah,
Solid one.
yeah. But anyways. If you want to come for the kingdom, you gotta get through the moat. Okay. Anyways, on to Ring of Honor.
I had a good time. That was a cool...
It was cool to be back, like sitting and watching wrestling.
5,000.
It was so nice.
So we were at the UMBC Event Center, also known as the Chesapeake Employers Insurance Arena.
Not a great name.
Has a seating capacity of 6,000 for basketball games and 5,000 for like live sport. If like they said like if the stage was like the center of it.
But they had part of it curtained off.
Yeah, because it was only half attendance. Because we did have pod seating, so that's why we had the 4 tickets down below, and then the 6 tickets up. Because
I didn't get why he did that.
Because you had to have a pod, and Donald, thank you again.
Oh, you had to buy them in groups.
You had to buy them in a group of 4 or 6, and he forgot that you two were coming. So he thought that just one of you guys was coming. And
Gotcha.
then he bought 4. And then I was like, wait, well, can we get 2 more? And he was like, well, I just bought 6, so we have 10 tickets. And I was just like,
all right.
okay.
That's
And then
crazy.
also, like, we were like, how much do we owe you? And he's like, just buy me a beer. Like, nicest dude.
He was very fucking nice.
Took 35 minutes to finally meet up with us, though.
if not longer.
So if you don't know, UMBC is a college, like, down the street from here. And they have a loop around it, and it's about like 2 miles. And they parked at the old arena and then walked the entire loop.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just get back in the car and just...
Exactly. And then I was like, there's a parking lot that's open across
We were
from
surrounded by parking spots, standing out front.
Yeah, and then I kept, like, we got in the back of the line, and then we got, like, 10 feet from the door, and then we got into the back of the line, and then eventually we were like, we're just going to stand by this cop car.
Yeah, dude, they fucking hustle people into that arena. That
Yeah,
was
dude,
cool.
it was quick. Also, like, the concession lines weren't that bad. Beer prices, like, concession prices weren't bad.
Great experience.
I did
overall.
like that they give you a 20-ounce soda bottle, so you can put... I'm a huge fan of putting caps
back on sodas?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need the fucking cans or...
Oh.
I guess they don't give you cans anywhere, but...
They give you cans of
It was
beer.
fun.
They do.
I also was surprised that they gave... Also, it's college kids working it.
Yeah.
But, like, I was surprised they gave you a beer can at a wrestling event. Because from where we were sitting, even though we were, like, the upper echelon... I've been trying to use different words.
That's great.
I'm pretty sure I didn't use that word correctly. We were the upper level. I could definitely have taken a beer can and thrown it at the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Easily.
I could have
We were
thrown it at
close.
fucking Mike Bennett. God damn it. So,
Dude, there was a lot of matches on this card.
yeah, there were 11 matches total, including the 2 pre-shows. Gotta say, that was my first... So, I've heard of Danhausen. I've watched interviews with him. I've watched interviews that he conducted. That was my first time seeing Danhausen wrestle. And I was, like, surprised. I was like, this is actually, like, pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I thought he
For,
was
like,
good.
a gimmicky thing.
I mean, it's very much a gimmick, but it's
Yeah.
it's cool.
It's fun, like, because I listened to him on Talk is Jericho, and he was in character the whole time. He kept calling Chris Jericho Chris Judas.
It's pretty good.
And then he was like, some people, and he talks like this, and he was like, some people put Hausen on it, and there's just too many Hausens. But like whenever he was talking about something in real life, he'd be like, well, yeah, like a millennia ago when Danhausen was growing up, like.
I think if he didn't have his gimmick, that his wrestling skills wouldn't carry him that far.
Yeah, so his
but-
original name was Dominic Danhausen, or Damian Danhausen. And then his first match, they said, that's not going to work. So they gave him the name Damian Dynamite. And he said it was the worst match he ever had. And then that's when he immediately switched, like, the Danhausen name and character and all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
But great, he had fans in makeup.
Yeah,
like that's
good for him.
fucking
That's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, like,
Killing
dude,
it.
there were the 4 Fanhausens that we saw that
Fanhausens.
all came in.
Yeah, dude.
Fanhausen's a Danhausen, man.
That's a great gimmick. Good job.
Yeah, Haushausen. Like, but anyways, yeah, so...
That was a okay match.
Yeah, so let's go through it. So, excuse me, Rockstar, man, making me burp too much. So the first pre-show was a singles match with a total time of 9 minutes and 45 seconds. It was Ray Hours defeated Dominic Flamenta. I do not remember this match at all.
Did we walk in on the second match?
I think we walked in during Danhausen's match. Like
No,
when he
this was the
No,
match we
'cause-
walked in on.
Oh, okay, so this was already happening when we...
Yeah, I must have not been chimed in yet because I do not remember this match.
Yeah. Oh, you guys were like off at the concession stand.
That's right. That's
And
right.
then me, Dan, and his friend were like sitting in the seats, like
yeah, we were still getting settled.
scouting it up. But anyways, yeah. And then the second match with a time of 9 minutes and 10 seconds was Danhausen and PCO.
Dude, great team. Sorry to interrupt you, but yeah, great
Yeah.
fucking team.
Yeah, I also did not know that that PCO was the was he the what was it?
Pierre.
The Bash the Terminator.
He was Quebecers.
Quebecers.
Yeah, but yeah, so PCO
And he was also the pirate when they
oh yeah,
the eye patch.
the pirate. Yeah, it was literally the pirate. Quebecer Pierre, Super B1, Wall Wallace, Wildcard Wallace X. Dude's 6'1" and 300 pounds. So.
He moves fucking great.
Yeah, for being
his age.
for being old. Yeah.
for being
Dude.
53 years old, like that's crazy.
He stole the show for a second.
Yeah.
Like the people were cheering the fuck out of
I mean,
him.
he did a moonsault.
Yeah, and
That's it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
and they defeated the Bouncers, which was Brian Malonis and Beer City Bruiser with Ken Dixon. So Beer City Bruiser was the only one I really knew from watching.
Were these the guys where you mentioned the beer?
Yeah. So I know Ken,
Okay.
and yeah, he had come to a party with that beer koozie thing that he was wearing.
Oh yeah, the beer bayonet or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like we bet him to try to get it on TV.
And he did.
He got on TV.
That's awesome.
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, I don't even know who these guys were as the bouncers.
The Beer City Bruiser I've seen before, like just watching Ring of Honor. His name's Matt Winchester. He's from Milwaukee. He's a 70. He was born in 1978. He's 42. Just like a Ring of Honor guy, you know.
Like a lifer.
Yeah, because when I used to watch, I think I mentioned this when we were at the show, but like the way I got into Ring of Honor is on Wednesdays they would show the repeat from. So they show it 3 times here. They show it the first time it's noon on Saturdays on Channel 54. The repeat is on Fox 45 today, Sunday, around like 3. And then Comet, which is another like Fox 45, like it's like 45.2. It's like a sci-fi channel. They show it at midnight on Wednesdays. So like when I would work at Sticky Rice, nobody would come in. I would essentially just close up the bar and then like flip all the chairs up and then just sit at the end of the bar, drink, and like watch TV. And Ronnie would come down and be like, "What are you doing?" I was like, he's like, "You can go home, you know." And I was like, "I just want to wait for this to be over." Like, and that's when like it was like the class. It was like Silas, Cheeseburger, the Bouncers, like, you know, stuff like that. The Briscoes. But yeah, speaking of the Briscoes, 8 minutes and 10 seconds tag team match. The Briscoes defeated Brian Johnson and PJ Black.
So they're from around here.
The
Delaware.
Briscoes? Yeah.
Yeah, they're from a farm on Delaware. Or a farm in Delaware.
Yeah, because they had like family or something there.
Yeah.
They had a lot of hype.
They also travel in an RV with their family.
That's nice.
Yeah, they're like, they live the gimmick.
They were the commercial guys for the fucking
For the Wrestle Buddies.
Yeah, they have their own Wrestle Buddies, which are
Buddies.
$60
for plush.
No.
Okay.
You know what's not $60? This fucking belt. Come and get it, Briscoe brothers. You gotta beat the moat to get to the goat.
It was like 180.
But anyways, yeah. Yeah, the Briscoes could kill me.
I mean, that match was whatever. I'm not a big Briscoes fan.
I do like.
I thought they're fine.
I did, but it was the Briscoes defeated Brian Johnson and PJ Black, who's Justin Gabriel, and I fucking love Justin Gabriel. So
Briscoes remind me a lot of, and I'm drawing a blank right now, but the ones in the Inner Circle. The tag team.
LAX.
Yeah, but
Santana and Ortiz.
Yeah, they changed their name. Yeah.
Yeah. They used to wrestle them a lot back in the day.
Really?
They did.
And then and then because Ring of Honor and Impact have always had a working relationship, and along with New Japan, and they would do what these call excursions, where like you would essentially like New Japan would loan like Marty Scurll to Ring of Honor in exchange for the Briscoes, and the Briscoes would go over there.
It's kind of what they're doing now.
Yeah, and then they would essentially like, and the excursions like anywhere from like a month to a year. But yeah, Justin Gabriel, love him. Original member of the Nexus, love the Nexus. Yeah. So, any other things you guys got?
I mean, that was a fine match. I mean,
remember when the Briscoes?
I thought they were building it up. They were building that up a lot, and then the match didn't really do much.
Because the night before we watched the Ring of Honor from that morning, and we were like, this, like, okay, like this is gonna be badass, and then like 8 minutes later, I was like, what?
Yeah, because they were doing like the barnyard thing and like filming the family and interviewing everybody.
Yeah,
and then it was just an 8-minute tag match. Like it wasn't anything crazy.
The Briscoes don't really do a lot for me personally.
They're good.
Yeah. Speaking of fucking good, 11 minutes and 15 seconds singles match, EC3 versus Flip Gordon, and the reason I said good.
So you like this match?
No, is because EC3 was fucking roided the fuck out. Like
He's so big.
He was
so
huge.
His muscles have muscles.
It was insane how big he was.
And then Flip Gordon.
Good for him. I mean, he doesn't have the prettiest face, so you gotta like.
You gotta do it.
Accentuate it in other ways, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, do steroids really make your balls small?
They make your testicle small, which makes your dick look huge. Because it's
not that bad.
Size.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to draw testosterone from somewhere.
Remember when Seth Rollins' dick pic leaked?
Yeah.
And how tiny his balls were?
I'm
not.
Everybody's different.
Allegedly.
Everybody's different.
Everybody's built a little different.
Maybe he's a a grower, not a shower.
Yeah.
And
Your
he's
balls
a father.
No. I'm just saying.
You never
allegedly.
know.
I mean, obviously he's doing something right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, dude,
He's on top of the world.
On top of the girl.
The man.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Okay, you can cut all this if you want to.
Oh, we are not.
Okay, but anyways, yeah, I thought it was a fine match, like, it was 11 minutes, a little too long for me, personally, like, it was okay. There's a worse match on the card that we're going to get to soon. Anybody else have anything to say?
No, this next match ruled though.
Oh yeah, 10 minutes 50 seconds, 6-man tag match for the ROH 6-man tag team championship. We got STP Shane Taylor Promotions, which is Shane Taylor, Moses and Khan, with O'Shea Edwards defeated Dalton Castle,
Oh my
Eli
god.
Ism, and Dak Draper. I fucking love Dalton Castle.
This stole the show for me.
Yeah, Dalton Castle and his boys, and they were like fanning him and like cheering and all that. It was like,
Yeah, Dalton Castle's great. But Shane Taylor Promotions really impressed me.
yeah,
Who was the big guy with the dreads?
That's Shane Taylor.
That is okay. The dude.
No. The big guy with the dreads that did like all the cool shit. That's Moses. He's an MCW
so
dude.
cool. So fucking good.
Him and Khan were a tag team in MCW.
Yeah, I'm looking at, Shane Taylor in 2020 ranked 65 of the top 500 wrestlers by PWI.
I'm not a big fan of the 6-man tag team title, but
That's like a Japanese thing.
yeah, I just feel like you don't need it. If you give titles to every single kind of match, every style,
I mean,
it's
how
just
many
ridiculous.
6-man tags are? I mean, heck,
It's
There's not that many.
The way I was explaining it to, or I was trying to explain it to Donald's friend. I think his name was Chris. I totally forgot.
I know you called him by the wrong name.
I call him by the
before
wrong
we
name a
left.
lot. I call people by the wrong name a lot. I just like how we were up there and I was just openly vaping and just
Nobody gave a shit.
Nobody gave a shit. The way I was explaining it is I was like, this kind of is like the way for, like, for example, like the New Day. So you can kind of skirt around the Freebird rules. So it's like the tag teams belts can go to an actual tag team like the Briscoes or, like Heavy Machinery or, whoever. And then the 6-man belts would be like, New Day, NWO, like that, like the Freebirds, like, that type of thing. Me personally, I like it, but then again, I also like dumb shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like the fact that they can do a 6-man tag. I don't know if the belts need it, but I mean, it gives them something, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's like a way for them to like show off like Dalton Castle and all that. But again, Dalton Castle, one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was great.
Coolest entrance.
Yes, yes, it
Coolest.
is. I remember watching him on Ring of Honor, just being like, "What?" Like
He reminds me of that dude from Foxy Shazam. Remember Foxy Shazam?
Guess what? I was reading his Wikipedia
He
the other
loves
day.
Foxy Shazam.
Does he?
He's inspired by like glam rock and Foxy Shazam and
No
all that.
fucking
Yeah.
way. That makes sense now.
He loves Foxy Shazam. Yeah, so it's
Eric
androgynous
Nally.
personality comparisons to Gorgeous George, Adrian Street, Ric Flair, and Goldust. Castle has also mentioned glam rock stars David Bowie, Freddie Mercury, The Darkness, and Foxy Shazam as inspirations, in addition to Lady Gaga.
I get it.
Yep.
Great
match. Loved it. Oh, sorry. Next one, last man standing match. I thought this one was cool. 13 minutes, 45 seconds. Josh Woods defeated Silas Young. Silas Young, not that old. Looks like he's fucking...
Looks like he's 60.
He looks like his bones are made of dust. He is... I remember him and Cheeseburger went at it like 6 years ago, and that series was fucking awesome. Like, he's
Who is
just...
Cheeseburger?
Cheeseburger is like this... just like this, like, kind of... He's like a scrawnier, like Shawn Michaels kind of. He's like a comedy kind of wrestler.
Yeah.
He's the head trainer at the MCW dojo now.
Okay.
Ring of Honor dojo.
A Ring of Honor dojo, yeah. MCW is I forget who that guy.
It's I can't think of his name.
Joey Mercury.
No.
I like to guess.
Yeah.
Let's just start to. It's Chris Jericho. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I thought that match was good. It was very well done for a last man standing match.
It was cool because it was like the only kind of like gimmick match they had, really.
Non-title too,
So-
kind of, yeah.
There was tables and like,
a
was
little
good.
a little slow for me personally. But then again, like it kept my attention. I was watching it the whole time. Unlike the match 2 from now, but next up we have a singles match, 10 minutes 45 seconds. We got Brody King defeated Jay Lethal with Tracy Williams.
That's good. Brody King, great.
Yeah.
Brody
Jay
King,
Lethal,
great.
awesome. I was waiting for him to do his Ric Flair impression.
I just feel like he's always doing it now. Every time I listen to him, I'm like, are you doing it? Are you not?
Yeah. Brody King was a MLW guy. Yeah. So
He's the lead singer of a metal band.
Are they good?
It's his theme song.
That was his band?
Yeah.
That was the one that sounded like Disturbed.
His band name is called God's Hate, so that makes sense.
All right. I will say, at this point in the card, no, and I don't know a lot about Ring of Honor, so I may be just fucking dumb, but no women's matches. Like, no.
Well, hold on. After this, we had Chelsea Green come out.
Which she came out at Impact too.
Yeah, but
So,
she came. But she
this is
came
fucking
out.
awesome. I love Chelsea Green.
Yeah, so Chelsea Green came out, and I found I might have found a stream of it, because I wasn't gonna pay for something twice.
The Ring of Honor?
Ring of Honor, because I wanted to watch it to see specifically, and you can hear me. When she comes out and she debuts the new belt, and she was like, and the Maryland Athletic Commission wouldn't clear me to wrestle, and I was like, go back to Florida, and you can faintly hear it.
It was weirdly quiet
Yeah.
at a lot of times during the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a post-COVID thing, if people don't know how to react, or if it was just like the hype wasn't
hype
there.
was more than it was it was more hype than it was worth, kind of deal.
Yeah, the
'Cause,
card was exhausting to me.
Yeah, I was exhausted by this match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, not that I wanted it to be over, but I was like, all right, I have been here a while and feel like I haven't seen enough in this time.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like we're now about like an hour and a half in, and it both felt like it flew by, but also at the same time was slow as hell.
Because I felt like we didn't really get a breather. It was like match, and it was just kind of like.
And then that Chelsea, I think
overwhelming.
the Chelsea
Yeah.
Green thing was supposed to be like the intermission, because that was like 7
long.
minutes.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
like
weird.
7 to 10 minutes, and I was just like, I just want to sit here and heckle, like, because
Yeah, her speech
Yeah,
went on
because she
for
wasn't
long.
very good on the mic.
yeah,
No.
but she is Canadian. I don't know
know
if that
it.
means anything or not.
You know
And now we
Canadians
have
not
my
good on the mic.
favorite match of the night. 19 minutes and 21 fucking seconds.
I was mad during all
Pure
of this
Rules
match.
match for the ROH Pure Championship. So let me preface this by saying I love the Pure Rules. I love that championship. I love that you have 3 rope breaks, 20-second like Japan style like countouts. Like that was cool. But it was Jonathan Gresham versus Mike Bennett. Let me tell you something. Mike Bennett fucking sucks.
Ooh, hot take.
Fucking come at me. The Kanellis theme song, fucking great.
Greatest.
Greatest love about me. But at the same time, like Mike Bennett, God, this match just. Nick and I were talking before I believe you were here. We were like, Mike Bennett just doesn't have the technicality to carry
A match like that.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It felt like all the rope breaks kind of just like you knew it was coming, and
Yeah.
it just dragged on forever.
Mm-hmm.
And like, me and Max kind of like were like, they're gonna do a rope break spot as a false finish. Like it just was so predictable at that point because like they weren't doing anything technical, they weren't doing anything flashy. So it was like you knew that there was gonna be some weird, stupid kind of gimmick like that.
Yeah.
And it didn't really work well.
Yeah.
That referee is weird to me too.
Was that the bald one?
No, it was the bigger guy who just falls.
Oh, the guy that just falls?
Can't
Yeah.
stand that dude. He just falls down.
Dude literally just kicks his leg out from
Yeah,
under him.
it was
His
odd.
name's Wayne.
Oh, okay.
Donald told me his name. His name's like Wayne something. Wayne Sinclair. And I was like, is
That's
he part of the
amazing.
Sinclair family? Like the people that own this and like half of Baltimore? And he's like, no.
I bet you he is.
I
It's
bet
probably
he's
somebody's
somewhere.
grandson. It's like, we gotta give him the job.
Like a first nephew 3 times removed or something like that. I don't fucking know.
But yeah, that match was way too long.
It was too long. It was boring.
Next match I thought was great.
I like Dragon Lee a lot. He was exciting.
10 minutes, 10 seconds, singles match for the television championship. Dragon Lee with La Bestia del Ring defeated Tony Deppen, who was the champion. Tony Deppen, Young and Restless adjacent.
Friend of a friend of a friend.
Friend of a friend. Friend of a...
He had a lot of friends there, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of fucking fans there.
Dude, Tony Deppen, like, actually, like, that was my first time seeing him wrestle live, and I was like, this is very entertaining.
Yeah, it's very good. That was a good match.
Dragon Lee put on a great match. Next one was 11 minutes 45. Did you guys have anything to say about that?
I was going to ask, where are we at in the card? How many matches in?
We got 2 matches
left. 2 matches left.
All right, so we're 9 in at this point.
Yeah.
We're 9 minutes in.
No, 9 matches in. Like, fuck. It was dragging at this point.
Yeah, so this is where I believe... So I wasn't drinking because I was drunk for 48 hours straight. And then Nick and I went to a baseball game, and I was like, I'm not fucking drinking tomorrow. A lady gave me a Truly for free. I just gave it to somebody else. I believe I gave it to Max. We had like people like offering to buy me beers, and I was just like, no, thank you. Yeah, the next match was 11 minutes 45 seconds. Fight Without Honor for the ROH World Tag Team Championship. You have Violence Unlimited, which was Chris Dickinson and Homicide. Yes. Defeated the Foundation, which was Jonathan Gresham and Rhett Titus.
It was fine. I mean, again, I guess like me not really having any Ring of Honor backstory for years.
Or like a dog in the fight kind of.
I didn't really care a lot about some of these matches.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, doesn't that mean that the match was just okay? I mean, if it couldn't catch your attention,
if it didn't, because like some of the matches did, like Dragon Lee, like really impressed me, like, and I don't know anything about that. So like, yeah, so I guess it was just a whatever match, unless you had any invested interest in the match.
Yeah, like being somebody I say like I'm a passive Ring of Honor fan, kind of like I do DVR it, and if I run out of shit to watch, like I will put it on. But like it's one of those things where it's just like I take it or leave it. Like I'm not offended if it's on. I'm also not offended if somebody turned it off. You know, that type of thing. But I mean, I had a lot of fun, and then this match here.
I like this match.
Singles match for the ROH World Championship. 16 minutes exactly. Bandito defeated Roosh. I love Roosh.
Never seen him before. Fucking loved it.
The worst fucking heel. Like he's like the big bad of like Ring of Honor.
Yeah, he seems like an asshole. I love it.
Yeah, I loved it. And then Bandito, who was
awesome. That was great.
One of the like.
Did you watch it on TV, that match? Because of the screwy finish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did they talk about it? Okay.
Yeah.
The finish I knew was going to be screwy, but it felt.
It felt weird, right?
Yeah. Well, it was very similar to. There was another thing that I watched. It was either AEW or WWE did something similar where like. Somebody pinned somebody else, but their shoulders were up, but they just ran off with the belts. It might have been Ring of Honor. I'm not too sure. But it was like, there was one where like somebody kind of half pinned somebody else, and then oh no, it was Bash at the Beach. It was it was Great American Bash when I was watching that. Sting kind of got like half pinned.
Oh yeah, I remember when that happened.
Whoever like just went over and grabbed the belt and just like ran off with it. Yeah, so that was like 30 years ago. But anyways, so overall, 1 out of 5 stars. Or Andrews or Restlesses, like whatever. Should we do 1 out of 5 Restlesses?
That works.
Okay, 1 out of 5 Wrestle Boys.
I'm gonna give the entire. So the card altogether is a 3, but the pacing fucked me up, and I kept complaining about that. Like I shouldn't have felt as tired of wrestling as a whole as I was towards the end.
Yeah. So
I was like, I kind of want to go home, and I don't like that feeling. I feel like that's a guilty feeling.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'll give it a 3. There was a lot of reused spots, which made it drag out, like back-to-back matches. Like, and it's like. Like
just saw this.
Yeah, it was
And there was no rest. It was just match, and then like I thought it was weird how like the tag team match just kind of happened out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like they just showed up in the ring. The Red Titus match, right?
Oh yeah, they just like
they were
popped in.
It was weird. Like, were they short on time?
Well, I believe it's because Tony Deppen is a part of Violence Unlimited.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes more sense.
So they just kind of came out like because
But
he was
they didn't
getting
do
his ass
anything.
kicked. Yeah, you know, there were like some kind of weird things where like a match just ended and they must have been like at a commercial break because like wrestlers just like got up and walked away and like other ones just came down and I was just like, okay. Overall, again, I agree. Like quality, I would give it like 4, but because of pacing, like 3. Like 3 Wrestle Boys out of 5.
The production
was great.
I didn't like
sound,
it,
dude.
Oh, the sound sucked.
For Sinclair being like $1 million company, I expected more.
That's what I was when I texted you guys and I said there's no fucking bass in their songs and you're like, no, it's just mixed that way. No, you guys were there.
Well, I think the problem is how they have the audio routed.
Yeah, they like brought in their own sound and they were like the arrays like up there like and they weren't using them.
Yeah, they were
like,
just sitting up there.
Yeah, they just brought in like an X32 board and just like put up their own staging.
But they must not pump the music through their audio mix for the entire show, is what I'm saying. They must just rely on whatever mics are picking up the PA.
The PA, yeah.
Yeah, they must
it's
not
odd.
pump it through. Yeah, super fucking weird.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, production wise, like visually, I liked it. Now I remember like audibly, like I did not.
Yeah,
it was not
so
pleasing
quiet,
to my ears.
Man.
Like, yeah, that's the thing. It was very quiet. Like, and I just remember like when we would go to like MCW shows, like there's just people screaming the entire time, unless the match is boring as fuck, and then they just shut up.
And
like
I was surprised they didn't mic the ring because part of it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice.
Like
that.
part of even going to an indie show, like you're really close to the ring, so the ring is still loud. WWE, AEW, they mic the ring. They didn't. So like when people took hits, we were so far away, it didn't really.
It was just like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess like when you go to the show, it's about the entire experience of all your senses. Like I want to smell the fucking popcorn.
I want
to
taste a pretzel or like a beer or a soda. Like I
want to be deaf from the fucking fans and
like you know, like I want to get COVID.
I want it all.
Yeah. That was like my first wrestling match in a while. It was also the first one I was like completely sober at. Except for smoking weed. It was like I said, 3 out of 5 Wrestle Boys. I enjoyed it. Max and I, when we worked together, we created. So I would do the 5, like 1 out of 5 Andrews. He either gives it a 1 or a 2. It's either good or a bad. Like that's it. Like
I wonder what he would give this one.
I think he liked it.
It seemed like you did. I think he probably won't answer.
He's not gonna. Nobody answers when I call.
No, dude, nobody answers when I call.
Yeah,
I hate answering the phone.
Fucking yeah.
If they really want to get a hold of me, they'll text me and be like, "Yo,
just text me."
Please call me. And if I don't answer, leave a voicemail. I'm very old school like that.
People that fucking FaceTime me, and I
that
never answer.
I do not like
FaceTime.
FaceTiming. I was seeing this girl for a little bit.
Everyone has 4 chins."
Yeah.
I was like talking to this girl for a little bit, and then I just stopped talking to her because I was just like, "You're fucking boring. You're kind of a B word, and you're always drunk."
You want to tell everyone her name?
No, because you dated her sister in high school, her twin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now everyone knows.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. But
they'll never listen to this.
Yeah. But anyways, I left her in Instagram friend request limbo. So
there you go.
But anyways, she would always like FaceTime me and I wouldn't answer because first of all, I don't need to do. You can call me and I'll pick up the phone and talk to you.
I don't need to look at you.
I don't need to look at you. Like, and then like also like, it's at night. I only get service outside. The lighting out there sucks, so like it's just like a black screen.
Yeah, exactly. It's
and then,
pointless.
And then you just see like a part of me, or like the reflective bottom of like whatever I'm drinking. like it'd just be like the light reflecting off the bottom of this, and then
it's just too much.
Yeah, it's just I don't like it. Speaking of stuff I don't like, Money in the Bank is tonight.
I'm actually very
I'm
excited.
very
for this.
excited. Money in the Bank is probably my favorite gimmick pay-per-view.
I want to segue back a little bit.
Do it
Okay.
up.
To go to like the SmackDown. I thought.
Okay, yeah, let's talk. So there was a whole weekend of wrestling. So we had SmackDown on live thing. We had Slammiversary last night.
Yeah.
And then we have Money in the Bank tonight. It's crazy, but yeah, continue. Sorry. So SmackDown.
Well,
I watched the wrong one.
I thought the new set was great.
Oh, the set was so
It's
cool.
so cool.
It was huge, like a giant.
It's just
screen.
a giant LED screen and
With like the curve and then like the hole in the middle.
Yeah, it's a hole in the middle, but it still blends in.
yeah, and like the lighting up top, and I like how the ramp isn't. The ramp's kind of like ground level almost. Like it was really cool.
I saw
I'm glad they redid it.
Visually it looks.
I saw
nice.
photos of people like that were like ramp side, and they were like posting photos of like all the wrestlers coming out, and it was like they were like the same exact level as them.
Yeah, it just looked really clean. Like everything just looked like the lines. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it was their first show back. They need to make it fucking
and
big.
the crowd was hot as fuck.
One thing I did not like about it was I'm not a huge fan of that AR stuff, like the fake, like the Roman Reigns, like. Or like when I forget, I think it was when like Zelina Vega came out. There was like a bunch of like smooches.
Bianca Belair.
Everyone's
Bianca Belair,
fucking everyone's using that shit though now.
I hate it.
The Ravens use it and it looks goddamn fucking awful.
But people like it. Camille, I asked her,
Some
and she was
people
like,
love
"I
it.
really like it."
Yeah.
I was like, I don't fucking get
I feel
that.
I feel like we're kind of like us as a group, Da Boys, as I call us, with the OIBOIZ, trademark, Da Boys. I feel like we're kind of like older school, like wrestling purists, you know, like.
I also just think there's a demographic that loves cheesy shit.
Yeah, like I mean, I love cheesy shit. Like I watched 2 fucking shitty ass movies last night with my girlfriend, and I was laughing at them the whole time. And she's like, "Why are you laughing?" And I'm like, "Because it's so bad."
I could do without the
but
VR.
like,
I just want to see the. I don't need the VR thing. I don't know.
AR.
Whatever it is, augmented reality.
Yeah.
But I don't need that to sell a character. Like, I need the character to sell themselves. Like, you should come out there and steal the fucking show. You steal the camera.
You know what I miss? Titantron videos.
Yeah, why? I love
like
those.
Now it's just like their name, some AR stuff, and then like a theme song where like I want to see these people like slamming other people and like stuff like that. And like if they release that shit on YouTube, they would get so many fucking hits. Listen up, WWE, hire us. But yeah, so
I noticed that like Ring of Honor didn't do that either. It was just their name.
Yeah, that's like a whole.
And that didn't even change. It was just their name
once.
Yeah, and then with like some like Photoshop stuff, like flames on the end.
Like it was kind of shitty.
AEW does the same thing. Like it's like
just their name.
That's the new thing. Like I guess it takes too much time.
It's easy.
It's,
Yeah, and you're trying to sell the name, so you want to push it in people's head.
I also do not like that Shotzi Blackheart is just Shotzi now.
Is she?
Yeah.
And Tegan Knox is just Knox. So it's Shotzi and Knox.
What is with that shit, man?
It started with Rusev when they just took Alexander away from him.
The one name.
Yeah.
That's horrible, man.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
Tegan Knox is such a cool fucking name.
Dude, like
Shotzi Blackheart. Yeah. Like Blackheart is a fucking great
Dope.
last name.
If they gave her Blackheart, I would have been like, hell yeah, dude. Like,
yeah, that sounds cooler.
Yeah. But also remember it was like the War Raiders, then the Viking experience, then like the Viking. And then the war experience, and then it was like finally it's like the Viking Raiders. And
because they didn't want war in the name.
But still, it's like WWE just has this like I'm very critical of WWE's like creative department. Also,
it's usually pretty shitty.
I bring this up all the time. Vince McMahon didn't know what a burrito was, and he ate them every day for a year. But I just feel like their creative is just so like you build this person up through your developmental system, like your school, you train them to be like a WWE superstar. Like you build them up from nothing, and then you pull them up to the main roster, and you're like, you know what? We're gonna take all this fucking history and legacy with your name and just chop it in half. Like,
well, I mean, then there's the disconnect between who's training them and when they get to Vince. There has to be a switch.
Yeah.
You know, they get trained one way, like a Triple H way. The whole production is done through his eyes, right? And then he goes to Vince, and it's just like, I like just knocks.
I also like farts and poops and lesbian kisses.
I can just remember one name. Give him one name.
I have so many Vince stories.
Do you want to tell one?
I mean, I guess in a nutshell, he's just not a very...
Allegedly. Remember to say allegedly so we don't get sued.
He's not listening to us either.
Hip to the times. Like,
Gotcha,
I mean,
His favorite band is AC/DC.
He doesn't watch TV. He doesn't know who celebrities are. He doesn't know pop culture. I mean, he's very stuck, like watching like Andy Griffith show. Like he's kind of stuck back in like him being a like 20-year-old kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he just doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
It's weird. He kind of shuts himself out.
That kind of makes sense because like if you put it that way, like Vince is like, when he was 20, that would have been like the 60s, and that's when like Donovan and like those dudes with like, and what's her name, Nico, like the Velvet Underground featuring Nico, like all these like famous people just had like one name. But then again, I don't know. You know, this is just me over here just bouncing off of something that my best friend Nick said.
I don't think anyone can really like psychoanalyze what the fuck goes through Vince's head.
Yeah.
So many people have tried, and I don't think anyone truly understands him.
You want to bring up him fucking doing the leg presses?
God damn, it looked like his legs were going to break, but I know he's in great shape.
All he does is work out and sleep 4 hours a day.
That's all he does. He works out every day.
That's awesome.
It's crazy.
Because we saw it during the Money in the Bank last year. They have the old like 80s style gym at Titan Towers, and then he has a very similar gym in his house. Like,
That's cool.
It's crazy. But do you guys want to go over the Slammiversary card?
I didn't watch it.
Didn't you watch it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you were just getting the updates.
I got the updates.
I mean, you can go through it. Did you watch it?
No, I just got the updates.
Oh, okay.
Let's do Money in the Bank.
Yeah, let's just look. Oh yeah, there's like two. I mean, Kenny Omega versus Sami Callihan. That was
They
the main
had
event.
fucking what's his name come out?
Oh,
The dude from New Japan.
Bullet Club.
Oh, yeah.
Why am I forgetting his name?
Jay?
Jay Black?
Jay White?
Jay White?
Jay White, yeah.
Together we will get it.
We'll get it.
Jay White. Yeah, he came out.
Well, Matt Cardona wrestled with Chelsea Green, his real life wife or fiance or whatever.
That's awesome.
That was cool. And then
I love Matt Cardona.
And then
I'll say it. I'll leave it there.
Deonna Purrazzo, she was gonna fight like a mystery person, and it turned out to be Thunder Rosa, so that was cool.
Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, I love Thunder
Cool
Rosa.
fucking theme.
Yeah,
I do love her too.
I thought Miro's, speaking of themes, I thought his old theme and like him being like the best man was like just a cool gimmick because he's like the best at everything. But then they like changed it, and I'm like, he's the best. He's the best man. Like that theme I thought was cool, but now it's like just like heavy metal Bulgarian.
Did
like,
you
national
see
anthem.
his new title?
Yeah. So did you get the meaning behind it?
No, it looks like a Joker kind
It's
of thing.
it's the Bulgarian flag. So there was this person on Twitter
Didn't know
that's
that.
from Bulgaria that like broke it down. So like the green is supposed to represent like the mountains. The white is like it's the Bulgarian flag colors, and then he wears a red like singlet or tights with it.
Gotcha.
And then the side plates are the logo for his hometown.
Cool.
It's
So
really
I guess
cool.
he's gonna have it for a while.
Yeah,
if they're
because
doing
like the
that.
original TNT championship like wasn't finished, and then they
The red
had
one.
the
Yeah,
red
I thought that was so weird that they
terrible neck
introduced it.
tattoo. That's what everybody called it because that's when Cody Rhodes got the neck tattoo. It was the TNT championship, but
like that, too.
and then they retired the red belt when Negative One has it for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Brody Lee's kid, and then what's his name? Fucking
Darby
ICP
Allin.
dude. Yeah, Darby Allin. He had it, and then he had the red one. Was it like the more blingy
he
red
had a black one.
Or
He had a red one, then a black one.
Yeah, and then now I kind of like that they're doing like these custom belts with the TNT Championship, but at the same time they're not like a spinner belt or like, you know, like the Smoking Skull belt or something. It's just like the same belt, but just like little, like it's like a different color strap, or like maybe this color's a little bit different, you know?
Well, shit like that helps with you selling products later on, like action figures or replicas.
They just put out those replica belts and they're like fucking $1,000.
Yeah, that was way too much.
Yeah, there. You can buy like, I don't know if they're real or not, but you can buy one on Amazon for like $300.
That's a good price point, but those other ones I think were $7.
They're so expensive.
Yeah, so like I also
insane.
feel because WWE they have the replica belts and then they have the like
the more realistic,
the actual like belts. So it's like you can get the replica belt for like $300, which is kind of like this or like this, like where it's like a metal
similar,
yeah, you know, but and then you have the ones that are like more blingy and stuff, but like, you know, like I don't need that. Like if I'm gonna buy belts, I'm just gonna buy the cheaper one. Like $200 is like my tops.
Well, they need to come out with one for somebody like you. Then hopefully they do, because I think there needs to be a middle point.
There does, because the cheap ones
you have the kids
stupid.
belt, and then you have this belt. And then
That's
nothing in between. And I feel like, you know, for somebody that pushes merch as much as AEW's merch game is like on point.
Oh,
like,
it's great.
They have shoes. I want them.
Their shirts look great too.
The
They're
shirts
cool
feel
designs.
great too. Like it's not like the WWE shirts where it's
they're
like
fucking awful.
Yeah. But anyways, Money in the Bank.
All right.
Yeah, you want to open up a like a spreadsheet or something so we can put down our predictions?
Yeah, so we're gonna do predictions, and I am putting my 2013 WWE Hall of Fame ring on the line. Because you gotta fucking come for this.
I need a ring for my wedding, so
Oh
Boy,
yeah,
I'm coming.
Congratulations, by the way. Have we talked about that on the show yet?
I don't think it matters.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not married, but I'm going to be.
Yeah, Camille proposed to you. That was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us know ahead of time.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
didn't.
No, it's fine.
Jason knew and Steve knew, and my parents knew, but because I had to tell them. I asked my sister if I should tell my parents. I didn't know if I should tell them or if I should just tell them after. And I had to talk to her dad, which was the scariest fucking thing.
Okay, so
weird.
kill some time while I...
Dude, I was shaking.
Like, how do you do that? How do you ask someone's dad?
Sir, dude, it was like that. I was like, I love your daughter, and we've been together a while.
And he was like, sure.
He gave me this big speech, and I'll keep that private, but it was very nice, and he gave me the blessing. So then we came home, and I was like, hey, will you marry me? Because I couldn't wait. It's like I just got this ring sitting there.
Should have just texted her.
I texted her from the other room, yeah. Should have done that. It was her birthday, so it kind of made the...
You ruined her fucking birthday. No, I'm just kidding.
While you get that ready, I have two things that I wanted to mention because I thought they were fucking awesome. Number one,
Stop touching these toys.
I know. Britt Baker's promo on AEW this week was fucking awesome. She is hands down my favorite women's wrestler, maybe of all time. I think her gimmick is fucking awesome. She's getting over. Number two, I watched the China Vice thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Today.
I heard it was
so
good.
sad.
Holy shit, it's sad. And like the dudes who were making that documentary were just like enabling her and fucking up her life.
The one dude was like doing heroin like while he was like and like giving her like he was supposed to go over and check on her and he got high instead.
Yeah, and then the people who went over and checked on her the morning that she passed or night, they like filmed it all.
Yeah,
and didn't stop
it was her
filming.
manager.
Like,
it was like her manager, and then when they were like, there was like the one scene where they're at the signing, and he's like all decked out in like vintage China stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, China," and then like Mankind comes over, and like he like tries to like step in between them, and I'm just like, dude, it's fucking Mick Foley. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, he's like one of China's like biggest fans. Like,
dude, it was dark. It's on Vice. Highly recommend. Fucking crazy. And that was my morning.
Yeah, I watched that when it aired because that was like they have like a series kind of like that where it's just like it's like a 2-hour just like one-off documentary about like, you know, just like like there's a new series they have where they normally show like the first episode on YouTube and then the rest of it's like on TV, and they have one that's really good. It's not wrestling related, but it's called Betraying the Blue, and it's about like the corruption of the this town is weird. It's called West New York, New Jersey. So the town is called West New York, and it's in New Jersey. And it's like just across the river. It's like 1 square mile, and there's like 50,000 people that live there. But they talk about like the police corruption in it and stuff. It's very good.
What's it? Betraying the Blue? Is that what
Betraying the Blue is what it's called.
Check it out.
I got all that stuff DVR'd because Philo fucking rules. And then Raw Tag Champs. Okay, I think I got it.
All right. You want to break down the card?
Yeah, so hold on.
Hopefully we're good on battery on this camera jam.
Yep, okay, so real quick. So the pre-show match, this was announced as a tag team SmackDown Tag Team Championship. It's the Mysterios versus the Usos.
Okay.
Brian, you're the first one.
I am going to have to go Usos. I think they're gonna fucking ride this. I also think that maybe at WrestleMania it'll end up being The Rock and one Uso brother versus Roman and another
That's
Uso
what a lot
brother.
of people are saying. Also, ringside news, breaking news: WWE Money in the Bank listed with ridiculous long runtime.
Is it? It's not already filmed though, right?
No, but they can just say
They probably paid for a very long pay-per-view slot.
Yeah, it's not. This app fucking sucks. Yeah,
I told you it was good.
No, when you were like,
I think it's good.
You were like, if you don't have it, like the way you texted it last night,
Yeah,
I think it's
I'm not
because you
good at
just
talking.
took your Ambien or whatever.
Probably.
And I was just like, wait, so should I download it?
Yeah. I take aim in and just text people.
Yeah, kickoff at 7. Shows that the event has a very long time. 5 hours and 22 minutes.
I could deal with it.
So from 7, that's
a weird
fucking
time
midnight. Yeah, it's
what
like
a time to pick though.
Breaking news.
I have Usos winning.
Nick?
What do you got, Nick?
Yeah, I think Usos.
I think we're going Usos.
I think it's
across-
going to be like. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a clean finish by any means, because, I mean, it's the Usos.
Yeah.
And make a heel, but Usos win the title.
Okay, I put down the Usos as well because, you know, I read the dirt sheets. So next up, this also is not in order. This is just the Wikipedia card. But I just put them down in this order. So we have the men's Money in the Bank. It's Ricochet.
We're doing that one now. All right.
Versus Morrison versus, or do you want to save that?
Well, that's fine.
let's
It
go
doesn't
for
matter.
it.
Yeah, Morrison versus Riddle versus McIntyre versus Big E versus Owens versus King Nakamura versus Seth Rollins. Who do you think?
Rollins.
Rollins? You think he's going to do another heist?
I think he's gonna win, and it's gonna build to maybe a SummerSlam Roman Seth. But I also think they're gonna try to build to Seth versus Edge. So I don't know which way they're gonna go. Maybe Seth versus Edge for WrestleMania, and then Seth versus Roman for SummerSlam.
I feel like Seth hasn't been really like being pushed as much lately, though. Like now he is, but like if you think about like during the Thunderdome era, he kind of dropped the whole Monday Night Messiah thing. He just wears like the Zenny suits or whatever they are, like the ones I said we should get for your wedding. And then I was just like this. I don't know. I mean, I love Rollins. I would love to see. So first of all, we watched that at Chain Reaction. I broke the couch.
Yeah.
That was the reason
a good
I was so
moment.
amped about that. I remember all y'all, like you guys, were like kind of upset about it at the time.
Yeah, I was.
Because you guys didn't really like Rollins. I loved Rollins though. But
I like him now.
that was the first time it was cashed at WrestleMania and the main event.
It was a historic moment.
Because
no doubt.
before that, they would just be like, this
That was 7
Friday
years ago.
on SmackDown, I'm cashing in, like what Baron Corbin did. But like that was like, it's also known as the heist of the century. I fucking love it. It's like that and the pipe bomb and the Nexus like invasion. Like those are my 3 like modern wrestling favorite things. Nick, who do you have? Do you need me to relist them?
No, I've been thinking about this one for a while when I brought up the idea. So in my head, I think Shinsuke's got the thing with Baron Corbin, so he's out. Kevin Owens, they're not doing anything with him. He's out. Same with Morrison. Drew McIntyre, maybe, but I think like
he's going to challenge for the Universal.
I think they're doing a thing with Jinder Mahal, so if I feel like Jinder Mahal may interfere and like take him out of the match,
or just like enter like Brock Lesnar did,
or something. Seth Rollins, maybe like that. Seth Rollins is always a good go-to. But weirdly, I'm thinking either Riddle or Big E.
I hope.
I think Riddle would be the more fan favorite pop, but my gut says Big E's gonna win.
So you're going with Big E?
Yeah.
He kind of needs that right now. He could use the Money in the Bank as like a tool.
Yeah.
I'm going with Riddle because he entered it in Randy's place, and I think what he's gonna do is cash in, win it, and then give it to Randy.
The theme just started playing. My bad. Yeah, dude. I think Riddle could pull it out.
So you're still going with
Riddle.
Rollins?
I'm going to go with
I
Rollins.
think Riddle is so over that it would be a good look with a live crowd.
Mm-hmm. Are you staying with Big E?
I'll go with Big E to change it up from everyone else.
Okay.
Who are
and
you
then
going
do you want to do a side bet
Side bet.
if somebody's gonna show up and interrupt, and also
I think
how
somebody's gonna
many
interrupt.
times do you think we're gonna have the fake like them going for it?
Oh, that's gonna be 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have to do a side bet.
Who do you have?
I have Riddle.
Okay.
I think Randy
Riddle,
might
E,
show up.
Rollins.
I have a
Do you have some insider info that we don't know about?
no, but I'm thinking Ricochet does something off the big fucking ladder and he takes himself out of the match by killing himself and someone else.
Oh yeah, Ricochet's gonna kill himself tonight. Yeah.
Like he's gonna jump off, do 20 flips through a table, and him and Morrison are out.
He's gonna do
That's
like
gonna
a
be it.
10.
Hopefully he does. I mean, it'll elevate his worth.
This is a little shot at the 12-year-old who did a 1080 at the X Games yesterday.
Yeah, that's
but,
insane.
I think
I missed that.
yeah, 12-year-old with Tony Hawk in attendance did a 1080.
1080.
All right, I
on the
gotta
vert.
see it.
On a skateboard on vert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
sick.
I think Ricochet's gonna do a 1080 off
Yeah.
off the
The
ladder
ladder.
onto the announce table. While doing this, but he's gonna do this beforehand. Dude, I'm just saying, when Brock Lesnar showed up, what's his face? The fucking leader of Retribution.
Muhammad.
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali. And
He just
Muhammad
froze.
Ali.
We're like, bro, hold on, just so everybody can see. He had his hands on it. He had his hand on the carabiner, and Brock Lesnar shows up, and he's just like,
I mean, for as long as ladder matches have been ladder matches, that has been.
Yeah, that happens.
but I'm just saying, I am able to suspend disbelief when I'm watching wrestling because I know it is a soap opera with action. That's how I think of it.
I mean, that's always bothered me.
Yeah.
I've never been in a ladder match, but like talking to people that have done it, it's hard because it's either you either walk too slow and look like a jackass,
Yeah.
or you're up there too early and you're like, well, fuck.
Well, what do I do
So
now?
there's a really hard balance of how do you.
Yeah, how do
You're
you
like a cat, like,
climb a
you're like
ladder?
a cat, like scratching at
Yeah.
the counter for some ham. Like, okay, so we have Brian has Rollins, Nick has Big E, I have Riddle. Next up is the Money in the Bank women's match. Asuka versus Naomi versus Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Ash versus Liv Morgan versus Zelina Vega versus Natalia versus Tamina. I think
But there's also a surprise.
Not anymore.
entrant.
Not
Oh, there's
anymore.
not? Is
No.
it just Tamina?
It's Tamina.
Tamina took Bailey's spot. It was supposed to be Bailey in it.
I thought Becky Lynch would have came back.
I mean, I think so WWE like announced that Tamina was in it, and I feel like they did because everyone was losing their minds about Becky. So even if Becky does come back, I feel like there's going to be like maybe Tamina gets hurt tonight.
Yeah.
Do you
Something.
think
Last minute, like
yeah.
well, remember after it was Asuka that won the first women's Royal Rumble, right?
Yes.
And then immediately Ronda Rousey came
Ronda
out and
Rousey
like
came out
took the spotlight from her.
So that could happen too. Whoever wins, maybe Becky comes out.
And then they could do like, and then lately they've been doing the thing like when Miz had it or when Otis won it, like he would put it up like in matches, and then that's how Miz got it and cashed
Yeah.
in. So could do something like that. But Brian, who do you got? Do you need me to reread them?
I would like Liv Morgan because I think she needs a push. This is a toughie, man.
It's a hard one for sure.
Well, how about this? Why don't we do 2 each?
All
I know is that Natalya and Tamina they're going to do a lot of, they're the tag team champions, so they're going to do a lot of stuff like together, but I think they're going to fall apart.
They're not winning.
I'm going to go with just Liv Morgan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think she may pull it out. Nobody else seems like logical in that. Unless Tamina... rest in peace. Unless Tamina gets knocked out and Becky Lynch joins, Becky Lynch will win in that.
Yeah. Or what
scenario.
if Bayley actually isn't hurt?
I think she's hurt.
I know. Yeah.
I think she's fucked up.
Yeah. Nick, who do you got? We can all choose the same person too. I'm picking Liv.
I have Liv Morgan as well in this. I think Alexa Bliss is probably the most obvious answer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change. I'm gonna go with Alexa.
But Liv Morgan, I feel like the way that she fought to get in, I think
She beat
the live crowd.
Zelina Vega 2 weeks in a row.
Since I didn't go with Riddle, I'm going with Liv Morgan because I think the crowd will appreciate that more.
I think she's getting that. She's finally getting that like deserved push. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
She's
she's awesome.
She's good in the ring, and she's fucking huge online. Like, her social media presence is giant. She's popular.
Remember when she got knocked out and she kept trying to wrestle like that? Like
scary times.
Yeah. Okay, so just a little recap so far. So Brian, we all have the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. For the men's, we have Brian with Rollins, Nick with Big E, me with Riddle. And then the WWE women's, we have Brian with Liv, Nick with Liv, me with Alexa Bliss. Next up, we have the men's Raw WWE Championship. We have Bobby Lashley with MVP versus Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods.
Bobby Lashley retains.
Bobby Lashley.
It'd be a good match, though.
I think it'll be good. I don't think it'll be a Brock Lesnar thing.
Bobby Ashley, sorry. I mispronounced his name. It's Bobby Ashley.
I don't think it'll be a Brock Lesnar thing. I don't think he'll get squashed. I think they'll have a match.
I think
can't do that to him.
I think
twice.
something's going to happen where where Xavier Woods is going to cause like something to go wrong.
They could
and that's
break
going to
him
cause
up.
the breakup of like the New Day like forever, and Kofi and Bobby's going to retain through disqualification. I'm going to call it that way.
Well, if you call it that way, then I think Big E definitely wins Money in the Bank.
So you're changing
That's
it to Big
actually
E?
a good storyline.
I've always been Big E.
Oh yeah, never mind. Okay, yeah.
This is the first time in history that it's a black man versus black man for World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
WWE.
sense. That's pretty crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I watched a video on it, so I've done my research by watching a video.
Yeah.
But
you're
super fucking cool.
So woke, dude.
Yeah, hashtag.
Hashtag.
But super cool.
Is that any title or just?
No, I think it's just World Heavyweight.
Or just the WWE Championship.
Just WWE.
Because
World Heavyweight.
Ron Simmons was the first
Yeah.
black man in a major promotion in WCW.
Right, but this is one-on-one.
Yeah.
First time that's
Yeah.
happening.
That's crazy, man. WWE behind on the times.
Super behind.
Okay, so we have the Raw Women's Champion. Raw Women's Champion. It's Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. Who you got?
Charlotte.
I'm just gonna hot take here. Charlotte Flair's gonna fucking win because they fucking love her.
Yeah. Charlotte's definitely gonna win. I mean, this angle sucks.
Yeah, it's not fucking.
They have,
who is the fucking heel?
No
Who's
one
the
knows.
face?
Wait, it's just been like.
Are you going with Flair too?
Yeah, and I think maybe Becky will come out after that.
Maybe
that could be a
this.
fucking thing.
I'm gonna put that as your little side.
I
bet
think
here.
this will be a good match, but like. They just did nothing. It's just been them two going at each other, being like, "I'm better than you. You're better than me."
This has been going on for over a year.
It's stupid.
Sorry, camera cut off.
Technical difficulties, but anyways. Next up, we have Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman versus Edge for the WWE Universal Championship. Shenanigans galore are going to be happening. I'm going to say Roman's retaining.
Yeah, I think Roman's going to retain. I also think that there may be some Uso shit happening in this. I don't know. Thoughts?
Nick?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be shenanigans. I feel like you're not going to have Edge look weak by any means.
No.
So something's gonna happen where like he gets speared, he goes to cover him, but the Usos or Paul Heyman's out, and he's one of those.
Somebody
like,
distracts the ref.
Yeah. You know,
Edge,
he's down for 3, but the kind of thing. No one sees it.
I think Edge is gonna do the thing where he breaks the bottom of the chair off and like goes to do that.
Yeah, that's been his new thing. But yeah, he doesn't win.
Yeah.
No.
There's other things for Edge right now.
I did freak out like when Edge came back, like when he re-debuted at Royal
It's
Rumble. Like
cool.
I did tear up, and I was like, "This is very cool." But at the same time, it's like, dude,
he doesn't really need it.
we don't need you. We don't need Christian Cage. Like fucking train them. Like teach them. Like I fucking love Jim Ross, but at the same time, let the fucking man retire.
That's like what they're doing. Was it Matt Hardy and Christian Cage? That's a match no one needs to see.
Yeah.
Didn't need it. I thought it was fine, and it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. But yeah, you don't need it. I'm fine with Edge being around. I think it's good for him to have like storylines and shit, but I don't think he needs to be.
It's good. I mean, especially for someone who didn't want to quit wrestling
Yeah,
and had
he was
to.
forced.
Yeah, like it's cool that he's still doing something, but he doesn't need anything.
We were talking about this the other day and kind of got into like a little heated exchange, but like I feel like AEW uses like people like Jake the Snake and like Arn Anderson like perfectly like as like mentors to like
they shouldn't
similar
be wrestling anyway.
Exactly, but or like even like Tully Blanchard with like FTR. Like I feel like that's like really cool. Like the mentor thing, like putting like an older wrestler together with like a younger dude, like in a managerial position, like that's very cool. But like we need to start building up these younger people. Like there is no like I can't like if tomorrow morning like Seth, Kevin, Zayn, and like Roman all just mysteriously like left or like died or something, like God I hope not, but like there's nobody that's gonna take their place. Like I can't name one fucking person other than like Matt Riddle or like Randy Orton or like John Cena. Like
yeah, I
you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of feel where I'm coming from.
I do, but I don't in that Edge. I don't think Edge fits that mold yet.
Yeah.
So I think he's still young enough that he can wrestle, and it's not embarrassing. And
Yeah. He's not like Goldberg or like The Undertaker.
Those dudes don't need to be in the fucking spotlight in my eyes.
Yeah.
But I think Edge is on that cusp where it's like he's still. It's fine.
Like him and Jericho, they're both 50 years old.
Right, and they're still relevant.
Yeah.
But
I'm kind of turning around now. I'm making a U-turn now.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of hear where you're coming from.
So, like,
now.
where would the cutoff be that you have to stop wrestling? Like, there's no...
Well, no, it's just like WWE isn't putting over the younger guy. Like, if you think about it, like, all of, like, the big-name wrestlers are either from NXT, like, the first season, like, technically the second season of NXT, because it was a reality show the first time. Like, they're the first NXT graduates, or they're like left over from like the Ruthless Aggression era, like which is like there's nobody else really. Like
right.
we have Keith Lee. He's awesome, but it's like where is he?
Well, I think that's going to be a thing too.
I think he's going to come out.
He could make an impact. I don't think tonight, but
yeah.
I don't know. Like, when do you pull the trigger on some of these younger guys to just shove them in the spotlight? Like, there's got to be a build. It's
like when they had when
it is hard, like, because how do you just throw someone in there?
Yeah,
the USA Open Challenge. That's how like Sami Zayn came out. He blew out his shoulder by shaking the ropes. But like,
I'll give you that. The transitional titles like the Intercontinental Championship or the U.S. Championship aren't really doing anything right now.
Bring back like the Universal or the European Championship or like something like that, like
to bridge the
have
gap.
That like brass ring, like you know, like if you went like for example, like I don't know, if I was a creative, I would pitch like you know how the women's tag team championships can float between like NXT. They can float between whoever. Like, what if they brought back, like, the European Championship and you had, like, kind of like the TNT Championship, how they have to defend it on TV? Like, how cool would it be if, like, say, like, Johnny Gargano won it? And then now he has to defend it whenever somebody calls him out on it. So he might defend it 3 times in 1 week.
I also feel like some of those guys don't want to make the jump.
Yeah, like, when they brought up the 4, when they brought up Ricochet... Black, Gargano and
I always
Tommaso
forget.
Ciampa, like I was like, yes, this is awesome. Like this is so cool. But then also they had a bunch of dudes like that were out sick. But they also Vince just went in and raided them and then was just like, I'm done with these toys. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know.
I do think that Edge, only has maybe another fucking year.
Yeah.
Until it's done.
I think it's not going to be much more.
Until he goes back.
it's
Until he
at the
goes
end.
over to AEW, and then they get Gangrel, and they bring back the Brood. But they
God,
call
I
him
hope
the
not.
Blood.
Gangrel's a weird fucking dude.
I love
Yeah,
it.
dude, that guy seems weird.
He filed down his teeth so that they're actual
Directed
vampire
porn.
teeth. Yeah.
He's
He was in a porn.
He does. I think he does porn for a living now.
Is it vampire porn?
He also runs a school in Florida.
I'd
and
get
he's
trained
fat.
by him over Rikishi.
Yeah, maybe. I'd rather hang
I'd
out
rather
with
get trained by
Rikishi.
like Lance Storm though, honestly. Okay, last one. Here we go. Tag team Raw Tag Team Championship. We have AJ Styles and Almas versus the Viking Raiders.
I mean, AJ's.
I think
Nick, you're calling AJ?
Yeah.
I think AJ and Omos will retain, but only because right when the Viking Raiders have the belt, who the fuck are they gonna face?
I'm gonna say the Viking Raiders are gonna take it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm going
Hot
Viking
take.
Raiders, and then we're gonna start getting like actual like going back to like tag teams, getting it now that we have like live audiences. Like they might bring up MSK or somebody like that to like that. How
They
cool-
need tag teams.
How fucking they need tag teams and they need female wrestlers like that. That's it. But like I feel like how cool would that be if like like the Viking Raiders came out and they're like, we beat the monster, like, oh, blah, 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 like, who's next? And then you hear MSK's, like, music come out and they have the NXT championships and they're like...
And
like,
even if they don't beat them, that's a good way to
At
introduce
least
them.
introduce him to the
exactly,
crowd.
how, like, how everybody goes through NXT, but AJ Styles debuted in the Royal Rumble, like, so, oh, no. So you got AJ.
I do think of AJ and Omos, but I think that AJ's got to go back to being a singles competitor soon.
Yeah,
I don't like that tag team shit.
I like
Not for him.
Omos. I think he's fine.
He's very tall.
Yes. Very tall.
Yes. So
Big guy.
just to recap.
Yeah,
Money in the Bank for the WWE Hall of Fame ring from my personal collection. I believe it's in my glove box in my Ford Fiesta right now. Let me just title this MITB Predictions. So we have Brian.
Yes.
SmackDown Tag Team Championships. We all have the Usos for that one. Money in the Bank Men's. We have Brian with Rollins, Nick with Big E, me with Riddle. Money in the Bank Women, we have Brian and Nick with Liv, me with Alexa Bliss. All three of us picked Bobby Ashley for the WWE Championship. I put that there's going to be a DQ stipulation. Raw Women's, we all have Flair. Brian, you put Becky comes out.
Maybe.
Universal Championship, we all have Romans with the shenanigans stipulation. And then Raw Tag Team Champions, Brian and Nick have AJ and Omos, and I have the Viking Raiders. And
I think it'll be a good pay-per-view overall.
It'll be excited.
Yeah, and then I think it's gonna be great. I think tomorrow night's Raw is gonna be cool. First Raw with people. Hopefully it's good. Raw's been very bad lately. I also think we're gonna get some this is an easy way. Because Money in the Bank, there's only one of them, and say somebody from SmackDown wins it, they can challenge that night for the Raw Championship, and vice versa. They can challenge for.
But when's the draft?
The
Oh, it's soon, isn't it?
Yeah, the draft. So here's the thing about the draft. They switched it up so they do the draft and then they do Survivor Series like 2 weeks later, and it doesn't really make sense. I feel like they should do Survivor Series and then do the draft. Yeah, when is the WWE draft? I think it's going to be great.
Great.
2021.
Dead air.
Okay, yeah, sorry. So this is July 13th from sportswithazwiki.com.
Oh, that's cool.
It says WWE draft date reportedly merged with Raw season premiere.
Fucking season premiere, is that technically Monday?
September 3rd.
Oh.
And then September 3rd is the Friday Night SmackDown because my birthday is September 2nd and it's a Thursday and we're all going to Adventure Park.
Adventure Park.
Yeah.
Where
Boys'
dreams
Day.
are born.
Where the hell is that?
What? That's the one that's out in like Frederick.
Oh,
And it's like $50 and you can, it's like just a carnival that never shuts down. And it includes like all the roller coasters, video games, like everything.
who's doing that?
Us three.
Are we?
Yeah, we
about
talked
this?
about it
Oh.
when we went to round one. I said we should go to Adventure
Oh,
Park
I forgot about
for
round
my
one.
birthday.
Oh,
I
I
got that bowling coop. Like,
I went back and it wasn't as fun.
you
As it
guys
would've
want to
been.
talk about that real quick?
No.
Okay. I never thought of anything to do with that post of us in front of the fucking lights out WWE machine. But anyways, yeah.
It's cool.
Yes.
We are at an hour and a half almost.
Oh,
Works for
damn.
me. Yeah.
So that's
that's cool. I guess we'll post who wins on our Instagram. Don't forget we have the
giveaway.
The giveaway still
That's
happening.
coming up.
August 14th.
Yep. So make sure you enter. Tell your friends. Tell your family. You don't have to enter, but like your brother can. And if we choose your brother, he can give it to you, or your sister, or your mother, or your whatever, your relative. So I guess we'll post tomorrow
Sure.
who wins on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then
That's fine.
Since you live in the building and I'm helping you move in, whoever wins, I'll just give them.
Oh, yeah. Congrats
ring.
on buying a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Scary stuff.
Hopefully, we might
You're
be
the
able
only
to
adult.
turn the basement into a podcast.
I don't think a couch is fitting down there, so I gotta figure out something.
Yeah, I do have this. This is just a tabletop on top of a smaller table. Did you guys know that?
I know it moved.
Maybe I might have this and a ring. You never know.
Possibly.
Anyways, come for it, please. Come for it. But anyways,
I think we're good.
thanks
Yeah.
for listening, everybody.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Young and the Austin 316 says I just